When writing a narrative essay, we want to remember that it's a story. So just like we read Thing About Georgie, how we're reading The Hobbit right now, those are stories. They have a beginning, a middle, an end. They have characters. They have a setting for the backdrop. They come with a conflict that they have to kind of solve through and work through. So that's what we want to make sure we're doing with our narratives. We're creating a story. So a helpful way to do that in our pre-write stage is story mapping. So we just see there's different bubbles here. So we can list what kind of characters do we want in our story. Obviously, we want a main character, but what other characters are they? We also want a setting, so where and when our story is taking place. We want to make sure we have some ideas for how our story is going to begin, things that are going to happen in the middle that are important, and then the ending for how we want our story to end. So we always want to jot down those key elements of our story and then filling in actual sentences later on when we do our rough draft. You can also think of it, it's helpful sometimes to think of it like a roller coaster where we start at the beginning, so hinting towards the problem, and then we see we're rising to the rising action so we can get to the climax, the aha moment where everything kind of comes together. We're at the very top of the roller coaster. And then sort of towards the end of the middle is falling action to get to the very bottom of the roller coaster, which is the ending, the lesson learned at the end of the story. So if it helps you to think of your beginning, middle, and end like that, a roller coaster, you're more than welcome to. So if there's one of these that kind of you gravitate more towards, whichever one is fine, it's still getting to the same idea of making sure you're getting your ideas down so that way you have something to start with when you go to start your rough draft.